signs you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun? Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy?
New?
New?
New.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through colored glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is October 15, 2022. It is, well, 12:58 a.m., almost 1 o'clock. All right, I have a lot to share with you. Let's go on Twitter. This is my first tweet. All right, King Charles III will reportedly ban Prince Harry from his coronation if Harry's upcoming memoir attacks his second wife, Queen Consort Camilla. Lately, I find myself trying to shut my mouth with so many other things that I keep on seeing because I don't have proof. But here we go. All right. There's this here. King Charles will ban Prince Harry from coronation if book attacks. I mean, I think that's an easy choice for Harry. Don't even go. They're making the choice for him. Wow, wow, wow. Not only did Charles put his coronation on Archie's birthday when he could have chosen any other day, now wants to ban Harry for a book he knows nothing about. I think we found the worst father of all time. Okay, not to mention cutting him off unexpectedly, pulling his security and leaking his and his family's location to the press. Charles cares about no one but himself. That's for sure. Princess Diana wouldn't want Prince Harry there to see the side chick steal her crown. I mean, I pray Harry just snubbed them both. Yep. Can you imagine if Harry went over there and take care of some other event over there and that took over the headlines over there? Oh my goodness. Okay, he was willing to be a tampon for her. I shared this audio on another video. I'm not gonna share it again here. Okay, why are you all like this? It's not Halloween to give us nightmares. Okay, one, the book has nothing to do with Camilla. It's the same thing that happened with the Oprah interview. They speculate way before the interview aired, and they assumed so many things. And I think it was through that the bullying thing originated, because they had no clue what Meghan was gonna say, Meghan and Harry. Two, tabloid making this into the biggest manipulation ever, which is saving Harry's money, to be honest, because he needs to do every little publicity. So they can then say Charles, quote, put his foot down, end quote. Three, nobody cares about Chuck shiny hat ceremony. Shiny hat. Okay, except India, which would like a word about a certain diamond. And isn't certain part of the diamonds come from other countries as well, not just India? Both Harry and Wills have publicly stated they like Cammy and think she's good for their father. Well, maybe they were putting a front at that time. Okay, there's that. When people make that statement, I often wonder what will people expect Harry and William to say. I really hate my stepmom. Exactly. For causing so much pain for mom. One must learn to play the game. That's exactly that. Those that know her usually proceed the most. Yep. Wanna buy some swamp land in Florida. Let's see here. What did the guess? So you, who knows none of them, are claiming to be inside their minds. You think they are so incompetent, they need people on the internet to translate their words. This is exactly what the derangers and media do to Meghan, and here you are, acting just like them. I understand this quite well. That's exactly that. What did you expect them to say? All right, the father decided to choose that woman to be his wife after what had happened to their mom. I mean, I don't know. This person is right. This one says, shut up. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go to the next tweet. All right, but let's move on. I'm trying not to make this an hour. Next tweet. Okay, Prince Harry won't be invited to the coronation if he talks about Camilla. There's a link here, but I'm not gonna read it. The royal family set it up with the date, so it's pretty likely Harry's not going anywhere. So who cares? I can't imagine Meghan wanting to go back there unless she had to for Harry. Supposedly a coronation is just for working royals. They have to do what they have to do though. So we'll see. Yep. Oh my goodness. This bit convinces me they are never going back. Yeah, it feels like it's just drained. It drained them out. It's like, oh, I'm done with this. I mean, they had good relationship with the queen and everything, but oh, there's me responding to this. Okay, Prince Harry won't be invited to the coronation if he talks about Camilla, and there's me responding, LOL. Oh, Harry, easy choice. Harry will be like, speak it out. All right, I just can't imagine Harry wanting to go watch the woman who caused his mother so much pain being crowned queen. My goodness, the tone is changing over yonder. We are threatening people who have no interest of being there, and the first on how we are going to not invite them. This will change by next week to how cool it is of Harry to be so mean to his stepmother. Oh, they all are baggage for God. Baggage for God. Okay, Charles' coronation is already about the Sussexes. If they show up or not, the whole thing will still be about them and nobody coming to see all this. Okay, I read this in one of my videos already. Okay, I think that was what I was editing yesterday, or should I say this morning. Okay, everything in that palace literally revolves around two people living in Santa Barbara, California, said. Harry and Meghan are living rent-free in their heads, to be honest. It's amazing to see. All right, so let me read this and then I'll move. Okay, why should Harry talk about Camilla? Her biographer, Angela Levine, wrote a whole chapter on Harry in her book about Camilla. Also, Levine is constantly tweeting conspiracy, misinformation, and lies about Harry and wife and children. These old white people, what's good for the geese? Excellent point. Well, Harry, you know what to do, because if I watch this fancy dress ceremony, it will only to see you and Princess Meghan. Harry right now. I just hope he doesn't show up, that's all. Wow, wow, wow. Next tweet. Why is it that Camilla has done that they're so afraid will come out in Harry's book? Believe me, I have so much to say. I try to avoid this as much as I can. Okay, what? That's my question. Who she killed that couldn't be revealed? There's me responding to her here and say, girl, I'm just gonna zip it and be quiet. This person was a few minutes ago. Charles and Camilla had Diana killed, allegedly. Can you imagine a Diana still alive? She will have been an icon, married probably with kids. They didn't want those optics against Camilla because the world will know their new king was a fracking idiot, and they got Homilla for queen. Homilla. She made his mom's life a misery. Diana probably told him a lot when she was alive. I don't know. I think Harry was too young to know all about this. Probably not. I don't think so. If she did, I'll be very surprised. Okay, we all know, I think that's what you mean. We all know what happened, but is the perspective of a 12-year-old kid is what's going to be sanker. That's what I'm saying. I don't think Princess Diana would talk those deep adult conversation with a 12-year-old. I doubt it. Okay, something very, very bad. And how and when did Harry learn it? I think he knew. He found out what happened to his mom. On top of what the world already saw, must be bad. I thought the tabloid pretty much covered everything she did when Diana was alive. They must think people have forgotten and are afraid that Harry will dredge up again. Most of us who were around then haven't forgotten what she did to Diana. Okay, a man claimed he is Camilla's child's son. I would ask Harry for his blood or hair to see if there is any familiar connection. I think I never said that, but it crossed my mind. Because I think that Australian guy, he's been saying that quite some times. And if Harry wants to see the connection, that's what I think. I don't think Harry wants to stir the pot. He probably wants to stay away. But it crossed my mind. I woke up at 3 a.m. to watch Diana get married and cry when I learned of her death. Now I watch as Britain do nothing while the royal family, British media, and royalists denigrate Princess Diana's life and her truth in a desperate attempt to rewrite the cruel and calculated past of Camilla Parker Bowles. That's the thing. These people, they want to write history, rewrite history. They're living their best life throughout, but when push comes to shove, to tell the truth, they know their true self is very vile, okay, very vile. So now they want to rewrite history. I mean, if Harry doesn't tell his mother's truth, these people, look at the other brother. Nah, they're not gonna be telling the truth. My goodness. I was watching something, if we don't tell our own history, nobody will. They want to portray us the way that they want to. Look at the Bauer guy who write a book full of lies. The internet debunked probably almost every single page in his book. Wow, wow, wow. Look at this. Wanted to manipulate her. Wow, wow, wow. Jesus Christ. And there she is right there. After reading that thing, which I skipped because I read it on another video, she wanted to be his side hoe and then still married to the other guy. Okay, Camilla's action from the onset of Diana's relationship with Charles were diabolical. To present Camilla as someone to be admired is preposterous. I don't believe for 1 minute she feel any sorrow or guilt for what she did to Princess Diana. For me, Camilla is irredeemable. Wow, the Brits love Diana was fake. Oh, look at this. When I started, doing my videos, and then in one of my videos, I was talking about her funeral. Okay, in the upper corner, I put fake. You see the people crying? I covered their face and said fake, because there's absolutely no way for the people over there to be doing the exact same thing that when Diana was alive, okay, to Meghan, and then when she died, and then all of a sudden you're seeing all those fake criers. Okay, the Brits love Diana was fake. That's why they stay quiet as she attacked after death, and her baby boy and his family are attacked. Okay, perfectly stated. Thank you. Camilla was third wheel in Diana's marriage. Well, Diana's ghost is gonna be a third wheel in Cam and Chuck's marriage, and their reign forever. They got married and ascended, stepping over her corpse, so her ghost is gonna hunt them forever. I hope she does. Yeah, this one, that was the one that I skipped. It explained everything, where she wanted to still stay married to her husband and at the same time still being the side hoe for the other one. And I think this was an interview that was told by Parker Bowles' brother. All right. They can turn and twist it, but the truth cannot be rewritten. Camilla refreshed her course by her brother-in-law. Okay. There's a video, not video, a link. Okay, let me bookmark this for something else. November 26, 1995. Richard Parker Bowles, brother of Camilla's ex-husband. Okay, Harry is the only one in the royal family fighting for Diana's legacy. Yep, William's ride on his mother's coattail of goodness while tearing her down, reducing her legacy to paranoia. Yep, I still can't believe my ear when I heard him say the mom was paranoid. I was like, what? Okay, and doing nothing to promote who she was, nor living by her standard of being a compassionate human being. Okay, Harry markets his mother's death for media contracts. No. What is it? Harry been the hardest working royal over there. They're talking about Anne? They're talking about Anne being the hardest working royal. Harry is. Okay, when he was over there, he was the hardest working royal over there. Okay, yep, tell you all you need to know. Okay, what is that? Okay, you mean Travelers? The Me You Can't See documentary, INVICTUS game, to name a tiny few. I have never heard him mention a single word about his mother or any other things that he has worked tirelessly for, but of course, you're a troll. There's a rolling eye. Okay, that tells it all. Diana and Charles were on very good terms and co-parenting well. Both Wills and Harry have publicly stated multiple times they like coming. Like that comment that I was reading a few minutes ago, what they were supposed to say. All right, they have to play the game. Okay, and think she's good for their dad. Okay, they co-parenting so well, she believed him and his family wanted her dead through a car accident. Okay, try as they may, Camilla will never live up to Diana. Yep, and the thing is that Diana even said, they put that mindset, they kept that mindset thinking she's that young teen he married, and he purposely married a young child thinking he could manipulate. Yet, what he got was a very intelligent woman who is actually 10 times smart, if not more, smarter than him, both of them combined. Okay? Where they feel like the only way for them to keep their stupidity kind of mentality going is to get rid of her. My goodness. They made a huge mistake, and this is what's going to haunt them for the rest of their lives. Okay, maybe it's just me, but Princess Diana was resting in peace until Meghan Markle came along marrying. Wait a second, are you freaking kidding me?
Was that quite refreshing for you in the way that you've been brought up, with a lot of people knowing a lot about you? Was it refreshing?
Or thinking they know.
Or thinking they
Exactly.
Yeah, or thinking they know.
Or thinking they
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's hugely refreshing to be able to get to know someone who isn't necessarily within your circle, doesn't know much about me, I don't know much about her. So to be able to start almost afresh. Right from the beginning and getting to know each other step by step. and then taking that huge leap, of only 2 dates, and then going effectively on holiday together in the middle of nowhere, and sharing a tent together, and sharing a tent together, and all that kind of stuff. It was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing to get to know her as quickly as I did. It was fantastic. It was absolutely amazing to get to know her as quickly as I did.
So Harry wasn't supposed to live his life? Harry asked her to marry him.
I was beautifully surprised when I walked into that room and saw her, and there she was sitting there. I was like, okay, well, I really have to up my game. So the fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was a sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned. Everything was just perfect. It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life.
How is that Meghan's fault? Oh my God, these people are freaking ridiculous.
Just an amazing surprise. It was so sweet and natural and very romantic. He got on one knee. He got on one knee.
Of course.
Was it an instant yes from you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I could barely let you finish proposing. I was like, can I say yes now?
She didn't even let me finish. She said, can I say yes, can I say yes now? And then there was hugs, and I had the ring in my finger, and I was like, can I give you the ring? I was like, can I give you the ring? She goes, oh yes, the ring. So no, it was a really nice moment. It was just the two of us, and I think I managed to catch her by surprise as well. So.
Yeah.
Okay, let me finish with that deranged comment. Okay, Meghan Markle came along marrying Harry, who has never gotten over his mom's. Oh my God.
Try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view. The world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.
But Harry was the one. I'll put that clip where Harry couldn't wait to put the ring in Meghan's finger.
She didn't even let me finish. She said, can I say yes, can I say yes now? And then there was hugs, and I had the ring in my finger, and I was like, can I give you the ring?
I feel as long as Harry and Meghan continue talking while making money about, was it PD? Then she won't rest in peace. What in the name?
Perhaps having a distorted view.
Wow, let's go into this and see what some of those people are saying. So let me get this straight. You've missed all the article, biographies, and documentaries about Princess Diana in the last 30 years. It's Meghan's fault, who I've never heard her even say Diana's name in public. Am I getting this straight? Okay, I'm tempted to block you, but the lady read you so nicely. I don't want to lose their reply to your insanity. Oh, boy.
Perhaps having a distorted view.
What? That is some sick and twisted logic. How does stranger hatred get that deep in one's bone?
I think both of us were totally surprised by the reaction after the first 5-6 months of what we had to ourselves, of what actually happened from then. So I think you can have as many conversations as you want and try and prepare as much as possible, but we were totally unprepared for what happened after that.
The scrutiny.
Well, all sorts.
And I think we were just hit so hard at the beginning with a lot of mistruths, and instead we focused all of our energies just on nurturing our relationship.
On us, yeah.
On us.
And my goodness. So this is the thing, that Harry wasn't supposed to live his life once his mother passed.
So, the fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was a sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned. Everything was just perfect. It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life, and the fact that I know the fact that she'll be really unbelievably good at the job part of it as well, is obviously a huge relief to me, because she'll be able to deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, we're a fantastic team. We know we are. Deal with everything else that comes with it. But no, we're a fantastic team. We know we are.
So Harry was supposed to stick to that 12-year-old mindset. Don't continue his life. Create a family of his own. Be happy and all of this. And yet, he was the one who asked Meghan to marry him. Wow, wow, wow.
Some of that scrutiny, and you ended up making a very public statement about it, some of that scrutiny was centred around your ethnicity, Meghan. When you realised that, what did you think?
Of course, it's disheartening. You know, it's a shame that that is the climate in this world, to focus that much on that, or that would be discriminatory in that sense. But I think, you know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
Try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
Or thinking they know.
Or thinking they know.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's hugely refreshing to be able to get to know someone who isn't necessarily within your circle, doesn't know much about me, I don't know much about her. So to be able to start almost afresh.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
So to be able to start almost afresh, right from the beginning, and getting to know each other step by step, and then taking that huge leap.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
It was, oh yes, the ring. So no, it was a really nice moment. It was just the two of us, and I think I managed to catch her by surprise as well. So.
Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
The fact that I fell in love with Meghan so incredibly quickly was sort of confirmation to me that everything, all the stars were aligned, everything was just perfect.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
It was this beautiful woman just sort of literally tripped and fell into my life. I fell into her life.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from.
I'm just trying to stay as close as possible, but you know, on two different time zones. But we made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm really just proud of who I am and where I come from, and we have never put any focus on that. We've just focused on who we are as a couple. And so when you take all those extra layers away and all of that noise,
having a distorted view,
I think it makes it really easy to just enjoy being together and tune all the rest of that out.
But we made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled. We made it work, and now we're here, so we're thrilled.
Like this person, I'm tempted to black her, but the comments, I want to see the comments more. Oh my goodness, shut the monarchy down. Okay, and her son is okay with it. I mean, the older one, what a betrayal. That's the thing. Okay, I hear you. However, don't tarnish all of us Brit with the same brush, as there are some of us in the UK who are part of the Sussex squad. Like you, we call out the British media, royal family, and others about the mistreatment of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. That's true. There are some. Okay, this is the thing. Many of them usually stay quiet, but occasionally you see a little flurry, like a needle in a haystack, who come out and speak their truth. All right, I usually stick up for them, especially that squaddy who went to the Netherlands and to support Harry, and then try to hook us up. Many of us who then go to the Netherlands, who was saying some of the things that were going behind the scene. I think it was her, one of the squaddies in the UK, who took a picture of Chris Chip, who couldn't get in, and the Brit squaddy, who took a picture of Chris Chip. Okay, but you remember as well as million more how Princess Diana was treated by Charles and Camilla. Truth prevail, Camilla is clever, and Camilla pens timely. People seek Charles and Camilla for who they truly are, not for how they desperately crave to be seen as people worthy of reverence and adoration. Okay, adultery is devastating on the innocent party, and until it happened to you, you will never know the pain. Believe me, I don't want to know that pain, because this is something I do not want to experience. I've seen enough people who have gone through it already, okay, to show me the light. But you have to honor your vow with your partner, and then there's children involved. There's some people who really don't care, and they think the life as a teenager will still carry out. That is true, whether royal or not. I live with the consequences still. I move on, made another life, but it is always there. Why will we celebrate others' lies and duplicity? Okay, adultery in any way, shape, or form is devastating, whoever the perpetrator. I'm not single, and one over the other. Yeah, there's no reason to do that to a family. Me too, I was 14 years old. Queen Diana, even inside of the grave, she's still queen. 100% agree. All right, let's go to the next tweet. You just have to respect your partner and your children. Don't do those stupid things. Next tweet. Okay, Meghan and Harry and their team don't talk to the press, and I guarantee they have NDAs with Netflix and Harry's publisher. So all of these claim that Harry's editing his book, or they're editing a show, or the stories don't match, or just more BS lies made up by tabloid to make money. Okay, the erosion of journalism credibility is real. The tabloid news about the two, they hide the sources under the protection of. I've noticed that a short speech by Harry or Meghan yield at least 10 articles on different websites. Wow, exactly. It's all made up BS. I think I saw what she's talking about, but I didn't bookmark it to share with you. I just, whatever. The new lies takes the cake. What is going to be next? I love how silent the publisher and Netflix have been. Soon the tabloid will source themselves into legal trouble. That's exactly that. All right, exactly, to keep the light on. Okay, of course. But the thing is that I don't understand. Why will people... It's like, as they move forward, they're doing unethical things. And then at some point in time, while they're doing the unethical thing, making money, they know it's... Well, some people ignore it, whoever they manipulate to make headlines. But at some point, they need to go back to fix it because of the lies that they made. Because people call them to court. Okay, look at what Harry called those papers. Of course, much of this news about the Sussexes come from the actual paranormal commentators. These commentators are expected at talking nonsense, and the tabloids are experts at publishing. That is true. Sometimes I was like, my goodness, they really know how to twist people's words. Okay, another story for Mr. and Mrs. Sauce. I will definitely like to interview them. There's a rolling eye. Desperation lead to speculation. Penguin and Netflix are loving this. Those dolls are hyping Harry's project daily. They don't need to do press for the book or Netflix. The more they talk, the more it lines Harry's pocket and sensible. The thing is that with Archetype, the day before I did record, I talk about different things the squad were talking about through my recording. Nothing, absolutely nothing about archetypes. The next day it just dropped, and then boom, it became #1 for the entire week. I mean, you see why Betty had to go under the bus, because they wanted to stop that the thing, the popularity that was going on. All right, next week. At this rate, according to palace sources, the royal family is the biggest exporter of olive oil to California. Olive branches conveniently pop out of Buckingham Palace left and right. There's the rolling eye. Okay, Lord, are they still extending more olive branches? They need to share those branches to Russia and Ukraine. For real. She needs to get some of the olives from the branches, create some oil for her dull straw wiglets. Okay, I don't know what headline they're making reference to. I didn't come across it. Okay, I'm with you. What happened to those nails and coffin they initially traded? That was 20 last chances ago. LOL. 20 last chances. Of the precious white savior thingy. Okay, yep, those olive branches are going over the ocean by the minute. The GIF. That was the last branch. Oh my God, it could shatter his back. How the hell was it that he was gonna hold on to? Oh my God, the thing is so scary. Okay, is there another olive branch being imported to California from Palace? A few more from BP and KP. There's the rolling eye. People are just laughing. All right, let's go to the next tweet. Okay. Shaking my head, Vulcan Loud, aka Val Loud, talking about Meghan mental health awareness with no care attitude, but wants to know who Prince Harry asked her to contact when she spoke about this on her Archetype on Spotify. Oh, is that guy? Oh shit. But since I started, I didn't know he was in it. But okay. Oh Lord.
Yesterday we heard from her in her podcast about Harry's role and how he did actually seek help for her.
Yes, this is fascinating because when she spoke to Oprah and said all that about going to a member of the institution, asking for help and being told it would not be good for the institution, that was absolutely shocking thing to say.
What the hell? It will not be good for the institution. But what about her? Okay? The institution and the rest of them are all trying to protect the institution. But you guys expect her to line up with the institution as well? She has to protect herself too. This guy, oh my God. But let's listen to this nonsense.
I mean, how could anyone rebuff someone who's mentally struggling in such a way? And until we know who she went to and what they said, we can't really get to the truth of that. But then here we say...
Why not? Why not get to the truth of that? Because you guys are spreading lies left and right. The truth doesn't matter.
Here we have Meghan saying that Harry helped her, and we don't know when or where this was. We don't know if it was when they were living in America or when they were still in the UK. Very few details.
I'm pretty sure it's when they were in the UK, because they're doing pretty well right now in America. My goodness.
All we know is that Meghan rang this woman while they were out shopping, and they didn't know who it was. They said, "Sorry, who is this, please?" Yeah, I think we need to know a lot more about that because Meghan was obviously in a bad place.
Wait a second. He was the one who did that Australia thing, and I did 2 videos about him talking this nonsense about palace sources telling him about some nonsense. Oh my God. Let me rewind it slightly.
Know a lot more about that because Meghan was obviously in a bad place.
She said she was desperately in dire need of help.
Yeah, and I think we can accept that and take that at face value. But
of course, she said her thing. She said her thing. We were supposed to believe all this nonsense you said on that 60-minute Australia. I think that was him. I don't know, these people.
Necessarily have to take at face value is Meghan's descriptions of how people reacted.
Well, people were... When I say people, I mean friends on my husband's side were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better. I was almost an embarrassment.
Do you think he really thought that? Would it be your wish that when Prince William comes of age that he were to succeed the Queen rather than the current Prince of Wales?
My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind.
You sound 12:30. Oh God, I hate this. Oh look, it's going everywhere. Hang on. So nobody got a job. What is that? Oh look, it's everywhere. I can't bear this bloody thing. What they do is everyone's stinking. My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind.
Matt, picking up on the relationships between Meghan and Harry and the palace and the royal family, stories this week that 2023 is penciled in by the Sussexes to be a year of reconciliation.
It was penciled in to be a year of reconciliation before the Queen died.
Right.
So they had the plans for this book, they had that Harry's bringing out, and they had the plans for the Netflix TV show that's coming out in December. And they've now started to maybe redraft their PR plan, because their PR plan was to bring out the book, bring out the TV show, then next year, you know, try to smooth things over and have a little reconciliation.
How come I'm not aware about that reconciliation that they're talking about? Okay, I don't know. I have no clue.
Immediately was my first thought, you know, this could be a problem.
I have no clue.
If this book and if this TV show is critical of Charles and Camilla, then they're then criticising the monarch, which they weren't going to do when they brought out the book and the documentary. So it's kind of thrown it up in the air for them at the moment, because they'd had this carefully laid plans. They've got rid of some of their Sunshine Sachs, they've got rid of some of their Hollywood PR teams, and they were planning this year of reconciliation. I think they're having to go...
The PR team that he's talking about, Sunshine Sachs, other outlets have mentioned about it, but I'm not aware of Harry and Meghan putting out a statement that they're no longer using Sunshine Sachs, so I don't know. All right, so I don't know where he gets his information, but I've heard about it and I've seen articles talking about Sunshine Sack no longer with Harry and Meghan. So I don't know if that's true, but coming directly from Harry and Meghan, I'm not aware of that. Okay, just to let you know. But everything else that they're talking about, I have no clue. I have no clue. How will they know that Harry and Meghan are redrafting or doing all of this? Okay, like maybe that's what some of the squad were making reference of. How will they know about all of this? Harry and Meghan don't talk to the press. But okay, let's see here. Nonsense talk about reconciliation. Thank you. I have no clue. Oh, so there's more. There's more. Let's listen.
Redraft their PR plan, because their PR plan was to bring out the book, bring out the TV show, then next year, you know, try to smooth things over and have a little reconciliation.
Yeah.
If this
What
book
is he
and if this
talking
TV
about?
show is...
What is he talking about? How will he know that when Harry and Meghan have no contact with these people? PR Sunshine Sack, I think I came across somewhere. Well, then again, I'm not even sure now if it's actually true, because I don't know if it was Harry and Meghan who put that out. But let's listen.
Have a little reconciliation. If this book and if this TV show is critical of Charles and Camilla, then they're then criticising the monarch, which they weren't going to do when they brought out the book and the documentary. So it's kind of thrown it up in the air for them at the moment, because they'd had this carefully laid plans. They've got rid of some of their Sunshine Sacks. They've got rid of some of their Hollywood PR teams, and they were planning this year of reconciliation. I think they're having to go back to the drawing board on it.
How the hell does he know this? How does he know this when Harry and Meghan don't talk to those Brits people?
And what about the book and the documentary? Are we back to the drawing board on those?
Well,
you know, regarding the book, they know exactly the same thing you and I know. Absolutely nothing. Because the book is not out. Nobody's talking. What the hell? Are they still... No wonder why. Harry... Oh, my God.
I do. I mean, this is... Immediately was my first thought. You know, this could be a problem.
Harry, don't talk to them. They're speculating as if they already know. Wow.
How far can they go back?
Well, it's done. It's written. It's ready to come out, as far as we're aware. But we're told that he's gone back and asked to make a few changes in it, which of course he has, because it's got the Queen has died since he's finished the book. So
how the hell does he know there's a music?
Because the Queen has died, he was never going to criticise the Queen in his book, but there may be some things critical.
How the hell does he know that? How the hell does he know that? Oh my God.
Because the Queen has died, he was never going to criticise the Queen in his book, but there may be some things critical about the new King and Queen that maybe need to be finessed a little bit.
Mm-hmm. You used the term Queen there. This is something we were discussing before we came on air. And
wow. These people are scary. How the hell do they know all of this? So I think this... Oh, I went back, but there's no comment. Let's go to the next tweet. Let's read this. Okay, page 6 has deranged story about Prince Harry's memoir Netflix series. Wow, I don't even need to go. I didn't bookmark this, but everybody's talking about it. But Harry, who wrote the thing? Oh my God. So let's see here. Latest lawsuit against the Fell and friend must be even more serious than I managed for this to happen. Former Daily Mail editor Paul Dacker is dropped from peerage list, The Time and the Sunday Time, Apple.news. Okay. Oh, that guy. Yeah. Okay. It must be very credible indeed. All right. It's going to be a costly case. I don't know anyone except Elton and Harry. They could afford this case. They'll pressure Sadie, Doreen, and Liz to settle. Okay. One of the... Let me not go there. I tried to say the same thing on my last video, and I held my thought. I didn't want to share it, but let me continue holding my thought on that part. But according to the article, the Tories are pushing back against this being dropped, since the Tories are in power and King Charles wants the Daily Mail on his side. My bet is that they'll end up getting it. Okay, that guy who's involved with the case, I guess the Puri is like one of those medals that those people do those unethical things to receive those medals for. So since the Tories are involved, I sort of look into it. this is something that hereditary. So it's almost like a title where he could pass on to whatever, one of his sons or something like that. So, wow, those people are really going to the extreme to do unethical thing for this type of thing. Okay, I think there are additional complexities, especially in light of Charles and his relationship with the Fell, and this tweet seems to align with a certain theory running through my mind. Okay, Paul Dacre peerage has been delayed, though not abandoned, according to the Telegraph, had been due to go through for approval until last week, which was coincidental when a group launched a legal action against the Daily Mail parent company. Yeah, so they're just gonna hold on to it, pretend they forget about it, but they're still gonna push through. Okay, let's see here. The palace is in damage control. The evidence must be overwhelming. There are some pretty dodgy characters who have held on to their titles. There's that. What in the name? The way they make it. Okay, finger crossed if it did happen, and neither Elton John nor Harry have lost a lawsuit against a paper. There will be insiders, and the no suing was not a decision taken lightly. How he was on it in the first place is beyond me. Okay, this is why when they claim to be investigating Chuck's honor for sale, I laugh. Giving it to people who deserve it seems to be the exception. Okay, go get him, Harry. They worry about your upcoming memoir, but this lawsuit will bury the infidels for sure. All right, let's see here. Here's the archive version. Former Daily Mail. Okay, so let's bookmark this. I'm not gonna read it. The first casualty of a lawsuit. Okay. Oh, that guy, Paul Dacre. Well, he didn't lose anything yet. They didn't tell him he's not gonna get it. They just put a pause onto his peerage and stuff. Okay, the reason I bookmarked this, I think Vogue, UK Vogue, did their cover when I think October is Black History Month in the UK. So one of the days they dedicate to the Queen was an empty cover. All right, Meghan and picture here was not there, so the squad were more than happy to fill it in. Okay, our one and global queen, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex. All right, that was nice. Okay, let's see here. I knew the squad would improvise. Yep, love it. I will definitely buy it with Meghan on the cover. That was this what scared the royal. Okay, let's go to the next tweet. Okay, there's this. How is yesteryears and today's going? What the changes? There's the laugh. British media, quote, Harry should dump his wife and kids and come back along to support Baldy and make us happy to profit again, end quote. Harry, quote, I love my wife more than anything that I care about in my whole life. Okay, it's me and my wife against the world. Yep, look at him. They just wanted him to walk behind them. And then they show him no respect. And they're still showing him no respect. And look at the other one, left. Wow. Look at that guy in the back, looking at them. All right, let's see here. Yep, with a glare like that, I'll be sleeping locked in the turret somewhere. There's a laugh, maybe the tower. If he didn't like her, why did he ask her to marry him? I don't understand these people. Because the kind of hate that they have, it's like really deep. When they don't like you, it's really deep. It's not just, let me move on with my life, whatever. But it goes to the core. You could see from the eyes, the way he's looking at her. Oh my God. William has to play, so people still think he loves Katie Wadey. And the photo, William's look says more than 1,000 words. I do not love you. Katie Wadey knows, but join in. This is sad. And then she probably will never get another man where she could walk freely out there. Because if she showed that she's happy, then, they're going to try to destroy her. Oh my God. They don't like to see people happy at all. Wow. Okay, he was supposed to be so happy in the old days, walking behind William and Kate. From those pics, it looks like someone has to walk behind Peggy. Now Harry has gone. Kate is now deranked. the narcissistic family dynamic for you. The minimum the scapegoat leaves he or she is replaced by someone else in the family. And the thing is that I'm pretty sure, because if allegedly what is being said about him, okay, so they probably then mind, you know, Harry were to hit that. I don't know. And then while he finds somebody else, and then she just, oh my God, the nastiness that's going in my mind is disgusting. The way that I see these people probably behave. Okay, any man who walks ahead of his woman doesn't respect her nor consider her. Gross. He was meant to be the third wheel forever. One could assume that his own brother would be happy that he found love. Nice contrast. Need therapy for underlying issue of narcissistic hatred. You're all pathetic while you continue this tactic. Okay, who is he referring to? Okay, so let's move. Nice contrast. Let's move to the next one. Okay. Wow. We need to pray for the world. Okay, riddle me this. Why did Harry only get accused of buying awards after he married Meghan and left to become financially independent? All right, when I saw this, I was like, I need to bookmark that. Okay, remember when Prince Harry received the Atlantic Council 2012 Award for Distinguished Humanitarian Leadership for his charitable work with wounded service members? Colin Powell, may he rest in peace, presented Harry with the award on stage in Washington, D.C. Service is universal. Let's listen to it.
The guest of honour, looking more than a little nervous ahead of what one royal official called the most serious speech of Prince Harry's life. A high-powered Washington audience had come to see him honoured for his work with those injured in combat. The award was presented by General Colin Powell, a world-renowned soldier and statesman.
Well, this isn't daunting at all.
That was the only laugh. This was a serious, heartfelt speech in which the 27-year-old army captain spelt out society's duty to its wounded soldiers.
Yep.
British guest of honour, looking more than a...
He's been doing his thing. Let's put it here. I pressed the thing by mistake. Yeah, he's been doing his thing way before, but all of a sudden, now they want to attack them. I mean, Harry is the only royal family who's actually making the UK look somewhat good outside of the UK. But everyone else, I don't know. Unless if I'm missing something. Only Harry is doing the right and good, respectable thing.
British and American forces train together, they fight together, and tragically some are wounded and some die together. For these selfless people, it is after the guns have fallen silent, the din of battle quietened, that the real fight begins. A fight that may last for the rest of their lives.
This prestigious award reflects just how popular the younger generation of British royals have become here in America. But Prince Harry is really here as a symbol of something much deeper.
Only if the royal family had listened to Harry, only if they had listened to him, the same kind of worldwide adoration he's getting, they could have received it. But no, they prefer the hate campaign.
Decade of shared struggle and cost on the battlefield. He has, of course, served in Afghanistan and fundraised with veterans who've overcome horrific injuries. Here, a group trekking to the North Pole. In Washington, the Prince met British and American soldiers who've recently competed in the Warrior Games, a Paralympic-style event for personnel with serious injuries.
To have someone as famous as he is and as high up as he is to add his support and show his support publicly for these guys really raises the general public awareness. The public opinion of servicemen and injured servicemen has just gone through the roof.
This was then a rather different Prince Harry, composed, diplomatic and warmly received.
Thank you very much.
Steve Kingston, BBC News, Washington.
Yep, Harry been doing his thing because these are the things that he's passionate about. Okay, because before he mixed the royal blood with someone of mixed race and had the nerve to procreate with her, he was considered a distinguished personality worth of shiny medals to acknowledge his level of distinction. It's just like it is with Billy and Kathy. They don't like the Wells and they know nothing about Harry. They just jump into hate Meghan. All right, it doesn't matter. They are strong together and have many people in their corner supporting them. The Brits can hiss a fit as much as they like. Okay, the double standard of racism. Next tweet. There's this. The blueprint. There's nail polishing. The stalker becomes creepier every time. To copy the look and even the color Meghan wore to the same place she has visited, you must be really so obsessed, just like her fans. What is it? I didn't bookmark it, but I saw the squad were sharing pictures of the sister-in-law who went, I think it's the same place. All right? The same place. She wore almost the same clothes. This is really scary when you look at it, when you really think we're almost the same thing as Meghan, and then, hey, there she is. She become part of the conversation. That's all they want. They just want to be part of the conversation. So I didn't bother bookmark it or the other one, but there I am making reference to her anyway. All right, next tweet. Those poor charities keep getting the Wish version of royalty. Okay, Harry and Meghan original will not and cannot copy. You see, they're still putting the same thing here. But anyway, similar color, similar necklace. Wow. They probably, oh my Lord, are they really kidding? Well, then again, like I said, they just want to talk to be part of the conversation. When your only mission is to create PR, you stoop to doing things to make people talk about you because there isn't any real work accomplishment, just PR, sad. Okay, it's racism. They think they own you and all that you are is there for taking once a colonizer, always a colonizer. Well, at some point, everything must stop. This is very sad. I wonder what it will take for Kate to have a come to Jesus moment and truly change. One copies when they have no identity or accomplishment. Indeed, her identity is now stamped and copying the most successful and accomplished woman ever to marry into that family and then to leave and go back to her homeland. Okay, Kate is giving single white female. Down to the dainty necklace. Yep. There's this here. They really are trying to recreate everything to the same event so that when it gets Googled, they will. That's another thing also pop up. It's pathetic because Harry and Meghan are one of the kind. Wow, that's the thing with the single white female. This is very scary. There were some stuff I was looking up yesterday. I don't see it. They erased some of this. This is why the squad make reference to they archive those things. Next tweet. Duchess Meghan walked into the royal family and did everything they did, but 100 times better, and all she asked for was to be treated like family and protected like everyone else was, but instead, the brother-in-law used her as a scapegoat for better PR. Her mental health deteriorated, and they all abandoned her. Wow. Supporting one member of the royal family over another misses the point entirely. There should not be a royal family. Okay, 100%. I support the ones who left. I refer to them as their titles because I like to. All of them need to make their own money instead of being paid $400,000 by Parliament to show up and present plaques. Believe me, that $400,000 will go a long way if they go straight to the people. It's almost like everything else. When there's a scam going on, they create a middleman somewhere. All right, in a nutshell, that's it. The royal family is so mediocre, they can't handle someone who showed them up in every possible way. All right, it still makes me angry to this day. Don't take it too personally. You either see what it stands for or that's it. But don't take it too personally. All right, you know they are mediocre. So what's, hey? Okay, it should have been possible to enjoy no fatherhood, prioritize his wife, and wish his brother happiness in his marriage. Instead, it appears he felt entitled to contribute to the smearing of his new sister-in-law, probably to spite his brother, sibling rivalry, royal style. That's really sad. Or he could just ignore. Just ignore. All right, there's this. Well said, exactly. I agree, but she's not Duchess Meghan. She's Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. She's also still a princess. Okay, exactly. Beautifully said. In fact, she was driven to near suicide, and they will have all set back, just waiting to put on their mourning clothes and full sorrow. Diana told us what they were like, and she was right. Yep, she told us what her son William was like.
All right, Harry will have all the fun then. No! No, it's all right. No!
Okay, facts, let's see here. Okay, don't be obtuse. Diana told her experience, and it wasn't far off from Meghan's and what Harry witnessed as a child and as an adult toward the woman he loved. William sided with the institution.
People were, when I say people, and I mean friends on my husband's side, were indicating that I was, again, unstable, sick, and should be put in a home of some sort in order to get better.
William sided with the institution,
which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
William sided with the institution.
As someone, because I hadn't passed any O-levels and taken any A-levels, I was stupid. And I made the grave mistake once of saying to a child I was thick as a plank in order to ease the child's nervousness, of which it did. But that headline went all around the world, and I rather regret saying it.
William sided with the institution. That's obvious, even to someone like you, surely. Facts. Thank you so much for a perfect example of sensationalist poppycock. You'd best be getting up with me and paying me. What did she do 100 times better? Well, if you don't know.
And now, it's my great pleasure and privilege to invite Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex, to speak.
Told, been given advice that it would be best if she could be 50% less than she was.
Wow.
That was the quote. If she could be 50% less. And I remember hearing that in 2018 and said specifically to her, I don't know how you're going to survive being half of yourself.
Ulavanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
I've said for a long time to H, it's not enough to just survive something, right? Like, that's not the point of life. You've got to thrive, you've got to feel happy, and I think I really tried to adopt.
The journey of higher education is an incredible, impactful, and pivotal one. I am also fully aware of the challenges of being able to afford this level of schooling for many people around the world, myself included.
The people that we've lost, the people that have been murdered, and I was struck by the courage that it took, the effortless courage that it took to keep bringing these things forward, which you do. Mm-hmm. And that brings me to the moment of reckoning. You're not the only powerful woman, even in this community, who has had a sitting president take a shot at you, mobs come at you, powerful people and powerful forces try to take you down or try to disparage your message. This is a tough time for people with power and platforms. What is your best advice for other folks with stakeholders, with a desire to weigh in on the important issues of the day, to take those risks carefully, to assess them correctly, and then to weigh in?
Yes, I mean, I think it's about being authentic. And if you look back at anything that I've said, it's really interesting because it often what ends up being inflammatory, it seems, is people's interpretation of it. But if you listen to what I actually say, it's not controversial. And actually some of it is reactive to things that just haven't happened, which is
perhaps having a distorted view.
In some ways, I think you have to have a sense of humor about it, even though there is quite a bit of gravity, and there can be a lot of danger in a misinterpretation of something that was never there to begin with.
I mean, I think that knowing that I've just been here for 3 months, right? And in that amount of time, but with that said, for me, it's very important to, once you hit the ground running, even if you're doing it quietly behind the scenes, which is what I've focused my energy on thus far, is meeting with the right people, meeting with the right organizations behind the scenes quietly, learning as much as I can so that I can maximize the opportunity we have here to really make an impact. I think what's interesting is I hear a lot of people saying, when speaking about girls' empowerment, finding and knowing their worth, or women's empowerment as well, you'll often hear people say, well, you're helping women find their voices. And I fundamentally disagree with that, because women don't need to find a voice. they have a voice, they need to feel empowered to use it, and people need to be encouraged to listen. And I think right now in the climate that we're seeing, so many campaigns, I mean, Me Too and Time's Up, there is no better time than to really continue to shine a light on women feeling empowered and people really helping to support them, men included in that. I mean, it makes such a tremendous difference. So, yeah, just, I guess we wait a couple months and then we can hit the ground running. But up until then, I'm pretty excited. Now, equality means that President Paul Kagame of Rwanda, whose country I recently visited as part of my learning mission with UN Women, it means that he is equal to the little girl at the Gihembe refugee camp who is dreaming about being president one day. Equality means that UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon is equal to the young intern at the UN who is dreaming about shaking his hand. It means that a wife is equal to her husband, a sister to her brother. Not better, not worse.
I mean, I think what's going to be really interesting to see now, having this kind of media platform for not just women who are our peers, for example, but for young women who are, I'm always so inspired by these women who are in high school, for example, who are just mobilizing to this next chapter of their life, and they're so engaged and so ready to be the leaders of the next generation. And this kind of content, their ability to be able to not have to seek it out or find it, and it will probably really shape so much in how people are able to mobilize, just having those assets at the tip of their fingers.
Absolutely. I mean,
this is more than a cookbook. And what I mean by that is the power of food is more than just the meal itself. It is the story behind it.
I remember being a young girl watching TV and seeing what was happening in the world and frankly often feeling despair. Because when you continue and constantly see and hear negativity, it can be overwhelming. You can feel powerless and lost. You can feel different, confused, or like you don't belong. And I'm sure that there's a young girl or boy watching this and maybe thinking the exact same thing. So this is for you. In a world that can seem so aggressive, confrontational, and dangerous, you should know that you have the power to change it. Record shows he has a history of making false statements to extort settlements. I think I already won, because one of the easiest things to do in a debate is to attack the debater. What do you want? I think you know what I want.
I'd like to apologize for saying what I said to Rachel Zane. I only did what I did because she's my intellectual and ethical superior.
British sensibility of a stiff upper lip.
It has its, it has its advantages, I guess.
I really tried, but I think that what that does internally is probably really damaging, and the biggest thing that I know is that I never thought that this would be easy, but I thought it would be fair. And that's the part that's really hard to reconcile. But I don't know, just to take each day as it comes.
So what is the one message that you really want young women and women in general to just, really focus on as they navigate through life?
Yeah, I think there are a couple things, for me, and I remind myself and my friends of that as well, is that, A, we just need to be kinder to ourselves, truly. If we treated ourselves the way we do our best friend.
Yeah, or our dogs.
Yeah, or our dogs. For you and I especially, can you imagine how much better off we would be to just say, can sometimes be so judgmental and unkind, and so I think I would never treat my best friend that way. So to treat yourself like you're your own best friend, and to also just try to find a space inside of you that it reminds yourself that yes, you can have questions of self-doubt and that's going to come up, that's human, but at the end of the day, you are enough exactly as you are, I think is really important to remind ourselves of.
just waiting for her to come, and she came near me and asked my name and how my day was, how long I was waiting, and I asked her if I could have a hug, and she hugged me back. So that was just quite an amazing moment. I'm still shaking now. I can't really explain what the feeling was when she did it, but it was really nice.
Why did you feel like you wanted to hug her?
Because, I don't know, it just went through my mind, like everyone was kind of cheering me on to, and I guess I just felt like I needed to in a way. Like I just really wanted to at least hug her because I look up to her in some ways, and it just felt like it was the right thing to do.
I feel like she's going through a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just it's still such a sad thing like that is happening now.
Why do you feel a bit of sympathy for her? Just because the Queen's passing, or because of her whole, relationship with the royal family?
I guess in both. So because of the Queen died, and also because of everything. But I did see that. I feel like it was quite nice to see William and Kate and Meghan and Harry together, and it was fine. But yeah, I just wanted to show her that she's welcome here, I guess, and wanted to hug her after everything that's happened really now.
Hey, you want to stand the bubble? That's fine. Everything. That's why y'all can't stand her. Deny all you want. Y'all always eventually admit to it begrudgingly. All right? Keep following it. Meg. Okay. Just talking about Meghan. But yet, they still have to find themselves into the conversation to talk their nonsense. Okay? So create your own post. Go talk about yours. You don't see me posting things about the other one. All right, next tweet. Sam Stevenson deleted his tweet. Thankfully for him, we saved it. Okay, who is that Sam Stevenson? Okay, I'm out of office this week in California, so I stopped by Santa Barbara to speak to some neighbors of Meghan and Harry. Why would you go there? Oh my God. Express UK, Meghan and Harry leave Montecito resident divided. How the hell do you know that? Well, then again. Okay. This tweet was deleted by the tweet author. Okay. IBSC police. Santa Barbara police. This man flew from the UK to stalk 2 of your private residents. This is unacceptable. He deleted the tweet. Okay, this is unacceptable, disrespectful, and dangerous. While he can travel where he wants, he should not be allowed to harass the community. He should absolutely be paid a visit, and his employer won't. Wow. I like that. He deleted it. Wow. Thank you for exposing this stalker. I will not even know because I don't follow most of these deranged people. Okay, I shared her to report him to the Department of Homeland Security for violating his tourism visa. Well, he probably got a few calls. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, what's RBA? We'll learn the U.S. is built differently. All right, let's go in this. 18 comments. Okay, I didn't even think of that. Okay, I share her to report him to the Department of Homeland Security for violating his tourism visa. He probably got a few calls. I didn't even think of that. I will never know because I don't follow them. This is awesome. Okay, we'll learn. We'll learn the U.S. is built differently. That is pure genius. Has he written a thread explaining how he was harassed yet? Genius. Okay, love how you thought outside the box. There's this. Okay, thank you for your prompt action. Really hope he is escorted out of the USA. I love this. Any link or folks we can tag if we can. Okay, if we see more of these haters trying to do this. There's that. And the worst thing is that they're going out of their way to post it. Genius. Thank you so much. Nicely done. Brilliant. There's that. Wow. I think that was the best tweet ever. Okay, this is awesome. Okay, I just went on that with that. The only reason he deleted it because it didn't get the hype. Nah, I think because they tag it to, call the police and Homeland Security and all of that. The only reason he deleted it is because it didn't get the hype he was hoping it would get. Imagine having so much hatred in your heart for 2 people that it leads you to start stalking them. Disgusting. Okay, bango. Okay, and I told him so on that deleted thread. Had he commented agree with him, it will still be there, but since the cops, feds, and Homeland Security are all got tagged, he scraped it. Punk ass. Okay, let's see here. I sent him this also after I saw your post. He didn't like it. The reason why these people are feeling so untouchable is because they are being green lighted from the palace and higher up from the media. That's why, okay, on their own, they won't be this bold to hound Harry and Meghan. Okay, let's see here. Desperation for clout. Okay, how do you racist people like you fly all the way to the USA to hound people as a job? Then talk about it. How will you feel if they dox your family? Don't ever think you're exempt from this shit. Be careful what you wish for, Sam. Remember that. Oh my God. A virtually high five. We will guard Harry and Meghan for free since his loving so-called father unleashed the vultures after Harry and Meghan. This is the thing Princess Diana did not have. This is the Princess Diana did not have the social media to back her up. Because if at her time social media was there, I think we would have, she would have a lot of people back her up. Okay, thank you for exposing the stalker. Imagine traveling all the way to Santa Barbara to harass law-abiding and peaceful citizens to peel into other private lives. Okay, he went all the way to Santa Barbara and called it passing by. Okay, thanks for tagging the cops. This is so creepy, like this is their hobby. Yeah. Okay, he's a dangerous stalker. Montecito resident should be cautious. Okay, there's the fire, so he got scared. He perfectly knows that what he's doing is illegal. Can't wait for British media to meet real justice. Oh boy, shook. Just imagine the loser flew out to stalk and harass Meghan and Harry in their neighborhood. He'll be in a handcuff the next time around. The cops in California don't play. Okay, the audacity of Sam Stevenson to run for mental health campaign on 27 September and then stalk Sussexes on October. Really, did he? Okay, on 13 October. That character shift in a fortnight is alarming. Okay, like I said, I don't follow, so I didn't even know what he did. Okay, I hope charity organizations begin to acknowledge how this kind of journalism impact mental health and society. And the thing is that you see so many of these people, okay, using, how will I say it? I was watching something yesterday. I think it has to do with, okay, I don't want to mention names, but it was something that I was watching yesterday. It made me realize when certain people this is not to say not to take mental health seriously. Every single mental health needs to be taken seriously. But there are some people who's I don't know. Maybe I should cut this out because it deals with mental health. Let me not even mention it. All right, let's move to the next one. And I think this is my last one. I see my notification. I have 4. All right, next tweet and my last one. There's another one. The squad B inserted. I should have put it with the other one. Okay. Anyways, there's the Vogue. Okay, Her Majesty. So the squad be inserting Meghan's picture on the Vogue cover because in one of those days, I think they dedicate for the Queen and they didn't put anything. Okay, like Discover V. Nice, nice. The MV, this is great. And there's that. Okay, let me see my notification. I'm exactly an hour. Okay, let's see. There's this. Jordan Camilla had. Okay, I read that within the thing. Okay. He had a rough few days only. Okay, I know what this is about. Sorry to hear that. Don't forget to keep his head warm. Okay, so that's regarding one of the squaddies. Girl, okay, so these are things that I already shared within the tweet. All right, let's do I had to take this to show some of the squad something. Let's do prayer. Prayer for what? Protection. Okay, protection and honor. Okay, 7 powerful prayers for protection and security. May your right hand strengthen him daily as you guard him with your presence. Help him wear his spiritual armor well as he tries to lead his. All right, there's more. Okay, let's look for an image. Oh, this is too much. Let's do the first one. Christ be with me, Christ within me, Christ behind me, Christ before me, Christ beside me, Christ to win me, Christ to comfort and restore me, Christ beneath me, Christ above me, Christ in quiet, Christ in danger, Christ in heart of all that love me, Christ in mouth of friends and stranger. I bind unto myself the name, the strong name of the Trinity, by invocation of the same, the three and one and three, of whom all nature hath creation, eternal Father, Spirit, world. Praise the Lord for my salvation. Salvation is of Christ the Lord. Amen. All right, so that's it. I think when I put the armor, there's a thumbnails where I have the shield over Meghan. That's what this reminds me. All right, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. And that's it.
It's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team, and for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others in the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.